So in 2001, you and Fatt Father start the Fat Killahz with Bang Belushi and King Gordy. How did that come about?
So again, shouts to my man Chris Cobb, RIP. He used to produce and run a group here called the Teamsters. And Fatt Father was one of the artists in the Teamsters. So when I started, there was an open mic here called the Lush, where it was like, you know, my generation's hip hop shop. So, you know, we would go there every Wednesday and rap and blah, blah, blah. And that's where I started like making my name and making my bones. And my man Cobb introduced Fats and I, and we instantly clicked, like super clicked. And he has such an old demeanor that it shocked me when I found out that he was only like a year older than me. You know what I'm saying? So here I am being 20 and this 21-year-old is talking to me like he's my uncle. It was infuriating. But we clicked up instantly. That was my man. He was the iron that I sharpened, you know what I'm saying, my sword against. And we were outside of this club one night and we were just joking around because, you know, we were the same person, super crack on anybody, super personable. And Fats looked at me and he said, he's like, man, I'm fat. You fat. I'm a killer. You a killer. We should be the Fat Killahz. And it started as a joke. And my man Cobb, he put it together because he was also working with King Gordy at the time. This was right before Gordy had got signed to Web Entertainment. So he was working with Gordy. We went into the studio and Cobb did the beat and we did the song and we put 3 verses on it and we didn't have a hook. So Cobb was like, yo, I think I know somebody who can do the hook. And it turned out to be Bang. And then we sat back, we listened to the song and we all realized how much easier it was to write 1/16 as opposed to writing 3/16s and a hook at that time. And we were just like, man, let's try it out. Let's just see what we come up with. And it took off. We took off super quick. There was no learning curve. There were no setbacks. It was off to the races. The Fat Killahz really, really, really took off. So that's how the group started.
How would you describe the success that you guys experienced together along with the brotherhood?
How would I describe it? I don't know. I think it was frightening for me. It was frightening for me because it almost felt like Icarus. You know what I'm saying? We got really, really, really close to the sun. We got really close to the sun really quickly. It went from being a joke to 7-8 months later, us being offered major deals. You know what I'm saying? It went from starting out as a joke to Eminem being like, yo, y'all got something. This is it. It was meteoric, bro. It was quick. It was college for me. You know what I'm saying? It was college for me because I'm sitting in a room I've always been the best person in the room. And now I'm sitting in a room with other people who, if I'm not on my best, I won't make this song. You know what I'm saying? So it was legit college for me. And those were the best times in my professional career, just being around 3 other people who I genuinely admired, who I was genuine fans of, and who I genuinely loved. These are the same people who we would pool together money and buy boxes of chicken or, you know, $5 hot and ready's because if my brother was hungry, I was going to help him eat and vice versa. So it was needed. That's what I'll say. It was needed. It was necessary for me. It was necessary.
Now, you were saying that King Gordy, he was signed to Web Entertainment,
Yeah.
right? Which is the Bass Brothers.
Yeah.
Right. So was there ever a time that you guys considered signing to them?
Yes. Yes. We actually there was a short time where we were slated to sign to Web Entertainment, if memory serves correct. We did a lot of joints over Bass Brother Beats. I handled a lot of production at that time too. It just didn't. In order to keep our relationship respectful, we decided to go another way. Simply because, you know, we didn't like the creative control that they tried to implement. You know what I'm saying? Like, our thing was, we know people are going to look at us immediately because we're bigger than everybody else, right? Like, that's the draw. But it doesn't have to be a gimmick. It doesn't have to be corny. And it started teetering on the edge of corny. So, you know, respectfully, we decided to remove ourselves from that situation.
So was it like being marketed too much on that side?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, our whole thing, and we may have been naive as well, not necessarily knowing how good of a selling point it was. But again, we hadn't had any failures. We hadn't had any bumps in the road. It was just like, hey, we're 4 really good rappers who just happen to be fat. And that was it. It wasn't like we were dressing up in costumes or outfits. We didn't make songs about being fat. Like, we didn't have songs dedicated to food or stuff like that. And then, you know, it just became the focal in other people's eyes. And I personally, you know, being super young, being 23, 24, it's just like, yo, we can find something else. And, you know, that's what it was for me.
And the Bass Brothers, they're very talented musically.
Super.
Right? Like their production and everything like that. Like, how was it like working with them in that regard?
Well, incredible. Like, we had all come up under Mark and Jeff. Like,
right.
Like, we had all known them like forever. So it was like, we knew what they were capable of. And it was just, that's why we decided, in order to keep that relationship, not to have a business one.
For sure, man.